Hi Sagittarius, and welcome to October. It is finally spooky season. I'm so excited for Halloween. Even though it's not really your birthday month, there is no correlation there. I'm just excited for fall and what comes, you know what I'm saying? Let's get into your reading. Do keep in mind this is for those who have their sun, moon, rising, their midheaven, and their Venus in the sign of Sagittarius, okay? So coming to the first week of October, you can be expecting the Hierophant with the Four of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. Coming into the second and third week of October, and what you can be feeling as far as obstacles, you have the Magician card with the Six of Cups and the Page of Cups. And then by the end of the month, where you will find yourself, you have the Judgment card with the Moon card and the High Priestess. I mean, maybe there's a correlation because October, of course, Halloween is celebrated in October for many, and if you are spiritual, you know, then that night or that day really is when you have the most access to the spiritual realms, okay? Everything is heightened around that time on a very spiritual, energetic level, okay? So it is very possible by the end of October you find yourself, especially with all of the planets that have Scorpio within them. I know Venus will be in Scorpio, and that's going to affect everybody's viewpoint on relationships and the depth or a lack of that they have, and just revealing emotions that people have been trying to suppress, okay? So it will be a heavy month for some of you Sagittarians with all of these spiritual cards coming out. But yeah, with the Moon and the High Priestess here, I feel like by the end of the month you're going to be receiving a lot of psychic downloads or like spiritual messages. There's something about like the mystic realm and the subconscious mind that is going to be really important and really highlighted by the end of the month in your life. And so you may find that you become a little bit more reclusive by the end of by the end of October, rather than being that social butterfly that you naturally are. I feel like it's going to, this month, call you to really look at aspects of yourself that you may not want to deal with, okay? You're going to have to see some things that you don't want to have to deal with. Definitely feel some things that you don't want to have to deal with here, especially because you have the Magician card here. You don't want to do anything with the energy other than suppress it, but that's not going to work to your benefit, right? Anything that's going to bubble up above or bubble up beneath the surface, from beneath the surface, it's for you to be reflective on, so you can just heal that aspect of yourself, right? It's only going to help you and elevate you to get you to that next stage that you want to be in your life if you found that you've been blocked, okay? But definitely with this Hierophant energy, I associate this card with Sagittarius just because it's all about higher learning, which Sagittarians rule, all about like travel and just expansion of the mind, very philosophical, I don't want to say idealistic in a sense, because you guys are realists, but you have a very unconventional way of being, and the Hierophant deals with tradition. So I like to say, coming into the beginning of October, what's great is you are in your element, okay? But the theme of the month is definitely going to be learning how to best deal with any issues that you have with the Four of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. I kind of read this spread from the bottom up, which is unlike me, so I feel like you guys need to learn how to do something differently than how you've been doing it this month, right? Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So be open to a new perspective, a new way of learning, a new way of communicating, a new way of what is this called, like showcasing yourself in your creative side, right, in your business endeavors or any projects that you're working on. Okay, being open to doing something different though with this Ace of Swords, especially this freshness, new start. Okay, to have this new start, some things need to be looked at and acknowledged and felt. Definitely don't run from your emotions while Venus is in Scorpio. Okay, it's okay to also be vulnerable and be able to show that side of yourself to other people as well, because I feel like you guys like to play the cool cat all the time and be very like non-emotional in your reactions. There's a lot of you that don't like not necessarily public displays of affection, but people invading personal space. So that can be looked at too and dealt with so that you can have better intimacy in your relationships with other people, especially on a romantic level, right? That can only help connect you guys more, because I feel like there's a little bit of a disconnect there. Okay? But definitely locate where you feel you have a blockage and then figure out a solution, which you guys are good at. You don't sit and dwell and what is that called? Or like sit in self-loathing positions for far too long before you like snap out of it. So just be very open to the different bits of information I'm also getting that you receive this month and the different ways that you may receive that as well. I'm also getting a sense that you should not be afraid to like voice your opinion. You're wanting to be heard in your workplace. Some of you might be shying away from asking for help because you don't want to make it seem like you're not capable of handling your responsibilities. I'm definitely getting that, so that's some news. But I mean, like, nothing can get done until you do so. Everything is like at a halt. Everything is at a standstill until you make a decision. You ask for help to improve the project, complete the work, so that you can move on to the next thing, and or so that you can learn how to do it right. Again, picking that up from Virgo's season, so you're not having to go back and make multiple revisions on whatever it is that you're working on, okay? So this could be career or creative endeavor. Or you can travel down the same road and do the same thing again and get the same results. So like this right here is something that needs to be looked at, the Magician card. Which path are you going to take? Money is here though, opportunities are here. You might be going into a period by the end of the month where you are doing your own personal review with this Judgment card. Again, and then that is what also causes you to be a bit more reclusive, more, what is it called, more of an introvert by the end of the month, right? Because you want to do your own review as far as how far you've come in your own self-development, in your own spirituality, and your spiritual growth, and your own career, depending on the path that you have chosen, right? It's never too late to make a different decision if you feel like you are emotionally unsatisfied with something and the thing that you are unsatisfied with is unwilling to compromise with you to make the situation better, because it's a two-way street. So if you do find that you are just emotionally unfulfilled in some area of your life, although it's going to not feel the best to have to look at it, it would work to your benefit in doing so. so that you can at least do your part in making any necessary corrections. Again, listening to those intuitive nudges, if this means that you might be considering leaving a job that you've invested some time in, but where you haven't really been fully appreciated, then in walking away you get a new beginning that could be very prosperous, that would be more prosperous for you and your soul, right? Don't stay in something just for the stability as well. Don't feel like you aren't capable of improving in anything by asking for help or doing the work yourself to like be better, you know? So that is what I'm getting for you guys. Definitely changing approaches though in this month. The moon is also in Pisces right now, so well, the day that I'm recording this video for you guys. So I want you to recall then when you're watching this video what was happening on September 22nd for you, what it was that you were feeling energetically. Remember how much more in tune with the spiritual realm you were on this day. You know, how well you could psychically attune to others' emotional needs and desires during that time, what you felt about like the stance on your relationships or the lack thereof in your life, and what would need to change in order to see a difference in that facet of your life, right? In this creative endeavor, and building up a project, and feeling like maybe you're not worthy of showcasing what you have because you feel like there are others that are more talented than you, your field is oversaturated, and or again, you're just not appreciated. Make those necessary adjustments just based off of what you feel, what it was that you were intuitively guided to read that day. Watch as far as interviews or entertainment, what really resonated with you as far as something maybe trying to send you a confirmation as far as the path that you need to be going down depending on what you're doing on September 22nd. So there we go. And every time that the moon is in a water sign, I would say just have a record or like a journal to record your dreams, because information might be trying to come through from your subconscious in your dream state to your conscious mind in your waking state, so that you can make better decisions or just different decisions that are more in alignment with you. Okay, so that is what's coming through. Definitely by the end of the month though, if you're single, somebody's coming in, if this is not you doing your own internal work, and they are heavy water, so Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I mean, the gang is here. The gang is here. True period of transition and transformation, right? Spiritual enlightenment even. But I did touch on that. But yeah, heavy water. You're connecting more with your emotional side again, dealing with your emotions and wanting to have more depth when sharing those emotions with other people, and just having full acceptance of thyself. But if not, again, this is somebody that is very mysterious, very spiritual, like witch. Yeah, dabbles in the craft, that type of person. But very sensitive too. Sweet, charming, all those things that, you know, this is. Very sensual. Yeah, like an enchantress, somebody that is just very enchanting, that will definitely catch your eye. Have fun with it. Can't really tell you how it's gonna go unless you book a reading with me. You know, definitely at this time, give me that thumbs up, share this with your friends and family, and do subscribe, and email me if you would like to book a reading. Okay, so that's what I have. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will talk to you in the mid-month.